Have you ever wondered why some people seem to extract so much more value from their 24 hours than everyone else? The difference isn't more time. We all get the same amount. The difference is in the small daily habits that compound over time. Today, I'm going to share 5 micro habits that require minimal effort but deliver life-changing returns. These aren't just productivity hacks. They're life transformation catalysts. And the best part? You can start implementing all of them tomorrow morning. We're constantly bombarded with advice about dramatic life overhauls, radical diets, intense workout regimens, complete career changes. But what if the most powerful changes aren't the big ones? What if true transformation comes from tiny adjustments to your daily routine? Small hinges swing big doors. The 5 habits I'm about to share might seem insignificant in isolation, but their compound effect over months and years is nothing short of extraordinary. These aren't just habits, they're investments in your future self. Let's discover how small actions can create massive ripples in your life's trajectory. The way you start your morning sets the tone for your entire day. Yet most of us reach for our phones first thing, immediately flooding our minds with others' priorities. Instead, imagine taking just 5 minutes each morning to write in a journal. Not an elaborate process, just answering 3 simple questions. What am I grateful for today? What would make today great? What positive affirmation do I need right now? This 5-minute ritual accomplishes something profound. It reclaims your attention from the outside world and redirects it inward. It establishes intentionality before the chaos begins. In a world constantly competing for your attention, this small act of mindful focus is revolutionary. The science backs this up. Gratitude journaling has been shown to increase happiness by up to 25%, reduce stress hormones like cortisol by 23%, and even improve sleep quality. But beyond the statistics, there's something powerful about putting pen to paper and declaring your intentions before the world can impose its agenda on you. I began this practice 3 years ago, and it transformed my relationship with mornings. Instead of dreading the alarm, I now look forward to those quiet moments of reflection. My journal entries aren't profound. Sometimes I'm just grateful for my morning coffee or a good night's sleep. But this consistent practice has anchored my days with purpose. Every day you make approximately 35,000 decisions. From what to wear to strategic life choices, this constant decision-making depletes your mental energy, a phenomenon psychologists call decision fatigue. The more choices you make, the more your decision quality deteriorates. This is why even brilliant people like Steve Jobs wore the same outfit every day, to eliminate unnecessary decisions. Enter the 2-minute rule. If a task takes less than 2 minutes to complete, do it immediately instead of scheduling it for later. Need to respond to that email? If it takes less than 2 minutes, do it now. Dirty dish in the sink? 2 minutes, clean it immediately. Small mess on the counter? 2 minutes, wipe it down. This micro habit prevents small tasks from accumulating into overwhelming piles that drain your future energy and willpower. It builds a bias toward action rather than procrastination. And most importantly, it frees your mental bandwidth for decisions that truly matter. I implemented this rule after finding myself constantly overwhelmed by my to-do list. What I discovered was revolutionary. About 40% of my stress came from small, postponed tasks that I could have completed in under 2 minutes. By eliminating these quick tasks immediately, I reclaimed enormous mental space and energy for more meaningful work. The 2-minute rule doesn't just make you more productive, it transforms your relationship with time and decision-making altogether. You'll find yourself living more in the present, handling things once rather than mentally revisiting them dozens of times. We've been told that getting fit requires lengthy gym sessions or hour-long workouts, but mounting research suggests otherwise. Movement snacking, brief bursts of physical activity throughout your day, might actually be more beneficial than a single concentrated workout. What does a movement snack look like? It's 10 squats while your coffee brews. It's a 1-minute stretch session between meetings. It's taking the stairs instead of the elevator. It's 20 seconds of jumping jacks when you feel your energy dipping. The science behind this approach is compelling. Studies show that sitting for prolonged periods negates even the benefits of regular exercise. Your body was designed to move frequently throughout the day, not sit for 8 hours and then exercise intensely for 1. Movement snacking helps regulate blood sugar, maintains mobility, boosts energy, and even enhances cognitive function. Harvard researchers found that just 2 minutes of movement per hour can reduce the negative effects of sitting by up to 33%. These micro-exercises also trigger the release of brain-derived neurotrophic factor, BDNF, which improves focus and mental clarity. I started snacking 3 years ago using a simple timer to remind me to move for 1 minute every hour. The results were surprising, not just physically but mentally. My afternoon energy slumps disappeared, my chronic lower back pain improved, and most unexpectedly, my productivity increased because these movement breaks actually refreshed my thinking. The beauty of movement snacking is its accessibility. No equipment needed, no gym membership required, no changing clothes, just brief moments of movement integrated naturally into your existing routine. Your brain, like any muscle, needs regular exercise to stay flexible and strong. Yet most of us fall into routine thinking patterns, revisiting the same neural pathways day after day. One of the most powerful micro-habits for mental growth is daily idea generation, the practice of coming up with 10 ideas about anything each day. The topic doesn't matter. You might list 10 ways to improve your home, 10 book ideas, 10 business concepts, or 10 gift ideas for a friend. The act of forcing your brain to generate multiple solutions to a single prompt builds what creativity expert James Altucher calls your idea muscle. At first, this will feel difficult. The first 3 ideas often come easily. The next 7 require pushing past your comfort zone. That's exactly the point. The mental equivalent of pushing through the last few challenging repetitions in a workout. Neuroscience explains why this works. Each time you force yourself to generate a new idea, you're creating novel neural connections. Over time, your brain becomes more adept at lateral thinking, seeing connections others miss, and generating creative solutions under pressure. I've maintained this habit for over 4 years, filling countless notebook pages with ideas ranging from the practical to the absurd. Most of these ideas are terrible, and that's fine. The goal isn't quality but quantity. However, this practice has yielded unexpected dividends, business opportunities, creative projects, and unique solutions to persistent problems that I might never have discovered otherwise. The cumulative effect is profound. After months of this practice, you'll notice yourself becoming more mentally nimble, spotting opportunities others miss, and approaching challenges with an expanded toolkit of possible solutions. You are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. This Jim Rohn quote has become somewhat of a cliche, but the science of social contagion confirms its truth. Your habits, ambitions, worldview, and even your vocabulary are profoundly shaped by your social circle, often without your conscious awareness. The 5-person rule is simple. Intentionally cultivate regular contact with at least 5 people who elevate your thinking and inspire your growth. These aren't necessarily your closest friends or family members. They're individuals whose mindset, achievements, or perspective you aspire to develop. This doesn't require dramatically restructuring your life or abandoning existing relationships. It simply means being intentional about adding growth-oriented connections. This might look like a monthly coffee with a mentor, joining a mastermind group, or even following and meaningfully engaging with inspiring individuals online. The mechanism behind this habit's effectiveness is fascinating. Studies show that behaviors ranging from happiness to fitness to financial habits spread through social networks like viruses. When you regularly expose yourself to individuals operating at a higher level in areas you value, you subconsciously adopt their standards, thought patterns, and expectations. I implemented this habit after realizing my own ambitions had plateaued. I identified 5 individuals whose mindset challenged and inspired me, then created structures to ensure regular interaction, whether through in-person meetings, calls, or online exchanges. Within 6 months, my personal standards had shifted dramatically. Goals that once seemed audacious now felt achievable. Limitations I had accepted as fixed now appeared as merely temporary obstacles. What makes this habit powerful is its compound effect. Each elevated connection exposes you to their network, creating a cascade of opportunities, insights, and further connections that would otherwise remain inaccessible. The beauty of these 5 micro-habits lies in their accessibility. None requires special equipment, extensive time commitments, or radical lifestyle changes. They're simple adjustments that can be integrated into your existing routine starting tomorrow morning. What makes them powerful is the compound effect. Small actions, repeated consistently, create massive changes over time. The 5-minute journal might seem insignificant on day 1, but after a year, it represents over 30 hours of intentional mindfulness and gratitude. Enough to rewire your default thought patterns. The 2-minute rule might save you just 10 minutes today, but over a year, that's 60+ hours of mental bandwidth reclaimed. Remember that consistency trumps intensity. It's better to maintain these habits at a minimal level every day than to practice them intensely but sporadically. The goal isn't perfection, but progression. Small improvements compounding day after day. I invite you to start with just one of these habits tomorrow. Experience its effect for 2 weeks, then add another. Within 2 months, you could transform your daily experience through these tiny but mighty practices. The most valuable return on these investments isn't just increased productivity or mental clarity, it's an enhanced quality of life. It's the liberation that comes from knowing your days are being shaped intentionally rather than reactively. It's the confidence that comes from consistently honoring commitments to yourself. And ultimately, it's the satisfaction of extracting the fullest potential from each of your limited days on this planet. Wake up with purpose, end the day with progress. The space between is yours to design, one small habit at a time. If this video resonated with you, I'm curious. Which of these 5 habits will you implement first? Share in the comments below, and let's build a community committed to purposeful living through small, consistent actions. Don't forget to subscribe for more content on creating extraordinary results through minimal adjustments to your daily routine. Remember, massive change doesn't require massive action, just consistent, purposeful micro habits that compound over time. Wake up with purpose, end with progress. Transform your life one small habit at a time.